Thanks for staying with us. The details now. 1,414 security officers made up of police, military, prison and fire service personnel would be deployed to the northern sector of the Volta region during the December 27 referendum for the creation of new regions. Volta Regional Police Commander DCOP Francis Doku, who announced this at a press encounter Monday, indicated there would be 17 patrol teams and a joint operations center set up to ensure there's maximum security in the demarcated area for a new region out of the Volta region.
Out of a total of 779 polling stations in the demarcated area for the proposed OT region, 349 have been identified as flashpoints, including the Akpafu areas. According to DCOP Francis Doku, 2 officers would be stationed at each of the 349 flashpoints, while 1 officer would man each of the rest 430 non-flashpoint polling stations. He added a joint operations center will be set up to attend to distress calls from the OT enclave during Thursday's referendum.
As per our plans, we intend to deploy a total of 1,414 police, immigration, fire and prison officers to the various polling stations. In addition to that, we will have a command center where all the security services that I have mentioned will have their officers manning the command center, which we have christened the Joint Operations Center, or the JOC for short. Now at the JOC, they will have a team of 30 patrolmen who will be there to respond to distress calls as and when they come in. The purpose is to ensure that as pockets of people try to disrupt the election, we will tell them that we are up to the task. Now, for the purpose of this referendum, the enclave had been divided into the district assembly arrangement. And so for each district assembly, we have 2 patrol teams headed by a senior police officer who will run a 24-hour shift. And so I want to believe that with this arrangement, coupled with the fact that the military will provide robust patrols to back up the police patrols, we should be able to effectively deal with any security situation that will be confronted with.
DCOP Doku says security will be beefed up in the Akpafu areas due to reports of some residents due to threats by residents to deny electoral officers and referendum logistics access to the community.
For every flashpoint that the Electoral Commission has identified, based on the limited registration and the revision of the voters register, we are putting 2 security persons at the polling station. Now, for the areas that you mentioned, we are aware of the challenges the Electoral Commission encountered during the limited registration and also during the voter register exhibition. We have stepped up security in those areas. And we want to believe, like I said, there is a democratic right for everyone to vote, so long as he has his name on the voters' roll. And so nobody, no matter your status in the society, be it a chief, a linguist, an opinion leader, a politician, or whoever you are, has the right to deny others from exercising their franchise. This is exactly what we seek to do.
DCOP Doku also commented on reports of arrest of some persons campaigning in the OT enclave against the creation of the new region.
Well, those issues arose as a result of a misunderstanding between the people, where the police was called in to intervene. And so far, like I said, it's a democratic right. And so we, on our part, will not prevent anybody from campaigning. But where we notice that there is going to be a breach of the peace, then we come in. And in all these situations, we have been able to amicably resolve the issues. I can tell you that as we speak, nobody was picked up and detained by the police on account of a campaign that he or she was doing.
Fred Kwame Asari's report for Joy News.
Well, speaking of the upcoming referendum, we do know more than 10,000 people from the security agencies, officers of the Electoral Commission and the media were expected to vote Monday in a special poll on the proposed creation of the 6 new regions. The exercise, which started at 7 a.m. in 47 districts in the Bono Ahafo, Western North, Volta regions, ended about some 2 hours ago. Today's exercise is a first step towards the main referendum on Thursday to decide on the proposed new creations. So far, reports suggest the process has been smooth and peaceful. Let's start from the Upper Volta. Correspondent Maoli Yevu, who monitored events from Dambai, reports 220 people were expected to vote today. Earlier, the presiding officer, Boniface Chikpa, described the process as smooth, adding there were enough materials for the exercise.
On the special voters register, we have 220 on the register. So we expect 220 to come if they all turn up. So as at now, we have registered 79.
So how many people are you expecting on the D-Day?
On the D-Day, like I said, on the register, the constituency register, we have 45,000. So we expect them to come.
Assemblyman for Dambai Central, John Yao Benyase, who spoke to Joy News earlier, was optimistic about the process, adding that there will be a greater turnout on December 27.
6 a.m. some of us were here to take our vote, and everything is going on as we expected.
Sorry, tell us your name.
There is no challenge. I think the EC has pasted temporary staffs they will be using on the DD, and most of them are here to check their respective polling stations they will be working at. So everything is on course.
Now, Member of Parliament for Karachi East, Michael Jatto, is cautioning persons he describes as intruders who seek to disrupt the referendum to stay away from the enclave. He says the security of no campaigners who would come around on the day of polling to campaign for no votes cannot be guaranteed. He expressed satisfaction at the process so far.
We will expect that on the 27th, those who don't have any business within the enclave will stay in their homes, and then we'll have our peace. Thank you very much, and I wish our brothers all over the country a Merry Christmas and a prosperous Oti region.
Now, Marley Yevuagbi joins us on the line with more. Marley, good evening to you.
Good evening, Araba.
Okay, so you've been covering the Dambai area, right?
Yes.
Okay, so tell us, what's the general assessment of voting today?
Well, voting went so smoothly without any incident. And at the end of polling, 185 persons turned out for the special voting of the referendum. Out of the 220 expected, out of the 220 on the register for the special voting exercise. And so far that ended quite well. And earlier on, we have a number of youth groups and the campaigners also who were very visible in the communities and going around and still campaigning and asking people to massively endorse the OT region. I must also say that at the time I was leaving the enclave, there were a number of buses from Accra and elsewhere coming into the constituency of bringing in indigents from the area who live elsewhere to come down and also participate in the process. I must also add that both the NDC and the NPP party functionaries, like a former Member of Parliament for Karachi East, Wisdom Gidisu, former DCEs, together with the current Member of Parliament for the area, Michael Jatto, and many others join hands to also campaign for the creation of the new region, for yes votes for the region. And so you will see all of these political actors going together, addressing the press in their quest to ensure 100% turnout for the referendum.
Very well. Maoli Yevwagbi is our correspondent. He was covering the event, the exercise in Dambai. Let's come down south to Jasikan, where correspondent Ivy Setoji has been monitoring the process. Ivy, good evening to you. Do we know how many people voted where you are, and generally, how did it go?
Yeah, good evening, Aroba. I saw 207 voted, cast their votes today, and Jasikan out of the 264. The process has been smooth and very peaceful. Security presence was there. According to the EC, they were hopeful that the same thing will happen at the referendum on Thursday. So far, everything went so smoothly and successful. So there was no problem at all in Jessica. So they are hoping for the best on Thursday.
All right, Ivy Strategy, thank you for that update. Now, there is, however, a strong push for a yes vote in the proposed OT enclave. As correspondent Fred Kwame Asari reports, youth groups in the area are campaigning to get inhabitants in the area to come out to vote on Thursday.
The youth took to the streets of Jasikan in a walk dubbed Yellow Walk for Oti region. This was to awaken the spirit of patriotism in the older generation and employ them to participate in the referendum. The walk had participants dressed in yellow T-shirts with inscriptions such as "Vote Yes for Oti region," "Yes for Development," among others. William Ajay is a youth leader in the Jasikan district.
We know that the yellow represents the yes for Oti region. So we organized, the youth of Brim and Jasikan district organized this program to educate our mothers and our fathers and all voters that on 27th of December, when they go to the police station, they should just go and tamper the yes vote, and that the yellow color represents Oti region, which stands for development.
He also detailed the youth would embark on a get out to vote program on the morning of the day the referendum will be held.
Another thing that the youth are planning to do on the election day or the referendum day is to embark on a program they call Get Out to Vote. So they will be knocking on doors, they will be going house to house, knock on each door to drive out our mothers, our fathers, and every voter in Jasikan district to the police station to go and endorse the big yes for Oti region.
Now, Minister for Regional Reorganization and Development, Dan Butche, has been speaking with my colleague Evan Spencer ahead of the referendum on Thursday.
We have restrained ourselves. That's why there is the internal struggle. Because in this whole process, we are supposed to facilitate.
Okay.
We don't take sides. Okay. We don't tell anybody to go and vote yes. We don't tell anybody to go and vote no. We are not mobilizing for people to vote yes. It is the duty of those who petitioned.
Okay.
Yes. So this is something that has been carried on in our constitutions all this while. They've always had discussion on territories of Ghana, and they have always explained in the constitution that you can get a new region, you can merge two or more regions, or you can alter the boundary of an existing region. Yeah. And there are two things, at least if you made reference in 92. Yeah. Article 5.2 says that if people petition for any of these three things, then you trigger the process. Mr. President, go seek advice of Council of State. Then Article 5.3 says that even if nobody petitions, Mr. President on his own can trigger the process. If Mr. President had gone by 5.3, then maybe we will have a bit more of, the duty to explain more and get people to, because that time Mr. President says, I want to create state citizens. It's my own initiative. Okay. But he came by, he accepted 5.2, where it is the petitioners. So from day one, Mr. President had explained that it's demand-driven. The government is not going to spend a peso in the campaigning process to campaign to vote for yes or campaign to vote no. So we are not involved in that.
And the full interview airs later tonight on PM Express at 9 p.m. Do make a date. Just still one.